What is going on, Wealth Our Way Nation? It is your main man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform, Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. I have to start, of course, by saying happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. We got some crazy, good, great, phenomenal changes on the way from Wealth Our Way Network. And today's show is all about telling you what those changes are. So before we get started, I want to practice the attitude of gratitude and say thank you to each and every one of you who are here with me live as we stream across the Wealth Our Way Facebook page and the Wealth Our Way YouTube page. If you have not taken the time to subscribe to the Wealth Our Way Network YouTube page, please do so today. I want to give the first Wild Nation salute of 2023 to the many members of Wealth Our Way Nation who watch our content in its recorded state overnight, over the weekend, wherever they can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in. And then last but not least, a heartfelt how are you to the good folks on the Life 101 platform who listen to the audio recording of this very here program. Did you like that intro? Good, because you'll never hear it again. So one of the changes that we're making for 2023 is, and this program today is all about talking about 2023. So this is going to be our first 15 minutes of finance, but we're not going to cover finance today. I want to talk about the format changes. I also want to solicit some opinions from you because the team and I worked on these changes. We did get input that we've been taking in for all of 2022 from people on things that we can do. But I want to give everybody this very last time to say, hey, these changes sound good. Can you add this as well? So the first change everybody should notice is that it's Wednesday and we've never done 15 minutes of finance. Well, that's not true. I used to do 15 minutes of finance every weekday. But when I switched to the 2 days a week format, it was Tuesday and Thursday. And now we are taking over Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be forever in the future known as Wow Wednesday. We're going to do all of our programming on Wednesday, and our programming will be 15 minutes of finance, which will now be seen every Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be doing the Financial Power Hour on the last Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m. Eastern. So some Wednesdays, some months it'll be the fourth Wednesday. Some months have 5 Wednesdays in them. It'll be the 5th Wednesday. We will make sure through constant advertising on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook as to you being kept as in the loop as to when that Wednesday is going to be. But it's the last Wednesday of every month for the Financial Power Hour. We are also going to add this year, we're going to bring back the webinars that I used to do. We're going to do them once a quarter. And the webinars will be, guess what, on the last Wednesday, the next to last Wednesday of the quarter, opposite the Financial Power Hour. So all of our programming will happen on Wednesday. All of our program will have plenty of announcement and advertisement for what day it's going to be, so nobody is lost in the sauce. We felt as though every other Wednesday with the Financial Power Hour was a little confusing for people sometimes, and the majority of our content does get consumed after it's live. So I love those of you from Wild Nation who are always steadfast here live with me, and I'll always welcome you guys to be here with me and give me instant feedback. But people were missing the times as to when the shows were airing. So we want to now be more consistent and deliberate with our programming and make sure that everyone knows exactly when they can tune in and get good information from Wealth Our Way. So let's talk about some of the changes that we're doing in 2023, some of the additions. First and foremost, we're going to, I have a recorded intro for the Financial Power Hour. We are also going to have a recorded intro for 15 minutes of finance. But unlike what I did today and what I did all 2022, where I spend a minute and a half welcoming everybody on board and thanking everybody, we're going to get right into the content. The intro is going to play. It's like 30 seconds long. I'm going to say hello, and then we're going to get into it. This is not that I don't love telling everybody that I'm practicing the attitude of gratitude and thanking you guys for being here, but I have gotten feedback especially from people who are coming on because someone referred them to hear the financial content. We clearly live in a microwave generation, and I have to get used to that. That if people don't immediately turn on and start hearing what they came to hear, financial talk, some people tune off. So while I'm spending 90 seconds thanking everybody for showing up and telling them who I am and stuff like that, people are quote unquote losing interest. So we're going to cut that part of the program. We're going to get right to the heart of the content in a quicker fashion. We are also going to segment 15 minutes of finance. And those segments, it'll be 3 different segments. The first segment, and I hope you guys find this as interesting and as exciting as I find it, we're going to do the go or no segment at the beginning of every 15 minutes of finance. The go or no segment will be a call, email, text, whatever communication came into me or the team about a financial situation that someone is considering. I'm going to review it in the first 5 minutes of 15 minutes of finance, and I'm going to address whether I believe this should be a go or a no-go. And the conversation and the topic can be about anything that has even the slightest the slightest connection to finance. So even if it's a relationship issue, hey, I'm thinking about dating this man or dating this woman, and she got, bad credit, and he got 7 kids, and financially, does this make sense for me? I'm going to weigh in on that. I'm going to say go or no go. So that's going to be the first segment of 15 minutes of finance moving forward. Then we're going to get into a financial topic. That's normally what I cover every 15 minutes of finance. I'm going to spend the middle/heart of 15 minutes of finance talking about today's topic, whether it's interest rates, investments, recession, cryptocurrency, anything financial like I do, for the past 200 and some episodes I've been covering. We're going to talk finances for the middle part of the program. Then to close out the program, we're going to give 3 tips, 3 financial tips that are actionable, that will most likely be directly related to the content that I just spoke about in the middle of the program. But there's a chance that the 3 tips might be about something else that's more financially relevant. If people are talking about recession, I may give 3 tips on how to deal with the recession. If people are talking about rising interest rates, I may give 3 tips on how to deal with rising interest rates. So the reality is that these segments will keep the show fun, keep it spicy. It will still be a live show. So I will be here live. The only time I don't do the show live is when I'm traveling or I have a problem. StreamYard does allow me to pre-record a show and broadcast it at the regular time, so it still looks live to you guys. I may do that, or I may just cancel a show if I have a traveling issue. I always want to be live with you guys. It's 15 minutes. It's once a week. I'm going to do my best to have 52 live sessions this year. But if something goes beyond my control, I may have to record a session. I will always let you guys know. The reason I'm harping on that is the one thing that I'm trying to get is a higher level of engagement. Everybody I see in the audience right now in the chat, you guys are all stout members of Wild Nation. I love you all for being such. I don't get a problem from you guys. You guys always will chime in, give me feedback, talk. And by the way, Happy New Year to everyone. I see you guys in the chat. The reality is that I want to get more engagement. I want to have people give me ideas for the go or no go. I want to have people who really tell me that the 3 tips are impacting and helping their financial life. So I want the content to be more purposeful in 2022, 2023. That is what the team and I spent all of December really trying to figure out. If you don't think that I care about the program and how it helps you guys, you're crazy. But I know you guys who are here right now, y'all do know that's all I'm about, is fixing financial issues, one person, one day at a time. So it doesn't help me to get on this air every Wednesday and just talk because I like hearing myself talk or seeing my own face on the internet. I want to do things that are going to improve your financial life. How do I know what things will improve your financial life? You tell me. So the reason the show is live is for instant feedback, for you guys to be in the chat and talk about things that are going on with you, for you guys to give me go or no topics. So there will be one 15 minutes of finance. I see Ariane's question. 15 minutes of finance every week, and it will even be on the last Wednesday of the month. There will never be a Wednesday where there isn't 15 minutes of finance unless something's wrong with me. Also, though, on the last Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m., we will also have the Financial Power Hour. So you get to see me twice in one day on the last Wednesday of the month. And on the webinar, which is going to be a pre-recorded webinar, we may have guests, but I will talk about deep financial topics. The webinars will be long. You guys remember my All About Insurance webinar that I did. I think it was a 3-day webinar. We will not have multi-day webinars, but the webinar itself may be a 90-minute program. But once again, I'm going to record that probably a month in advance and have the editor team, have Zach working on stuff to go up behind me on the board. Like, I think a lot of the production value of our programming is lost, because whereas a lot of you guys hear what I say, think it's great, maybe you're writing it down, taking notes, the number one feedback that I'm getting is people aren't getting visual stimulation. So when I do 15 minutes of finance, look behind me. You're in my condo with me. There's no board behind me putting up what I'm saying. And people are telling me that's what they like and that's what they need to see. They need to see the words that are matching up with what I'm saying. Complete disclosure, that is probably never going to happen on 15 minutes of finance. But the Financial Power Hour, we are formatting it that way. The webinar, we are formatting it that way. So you can get a lot of education on those programs. Also, on the Financial Power Hour, we're going to take on some very, very interesting topics this year. We're going to make an effort to keep them all financially related, even if it seems like a stretch that they're financial. But we're going to take on some very interesting topics. I want to stimulate the mind. And the first topic, I got 2 African-American women coming on to talk about, I think the topic, and correct, forgive me if I'm off with the title, but I want to say it's, do Black women feel as though Black men can still lead a household? And it's going to be popping. It's going to be crazy. And it's funny because you guys all know one of my closest friends is not a person of color. And we talked about this topic last year because he has a lot of African-American friends. And it's a hot topic. And it stems right around finances. I'm going to keep it financial because the reality is in the Black community in particular, women earn more than men across the board on average. So there's a big conversation to be had around leadership when the primary breadwinner isn't the man, and how that works in that dynamic. So we're going to have an interesting conversation. I have 2 women, 25 years, 23 years apart. So we're going to have somebody talking in the older demographic, somebody in the younger demographic, and we're going to get into it. So by all means, tune in for that one, which is our kickoff show, the last Wednesday of this month, which I want to say is January 25th. So with all that being said, I think you guys noticed toward the end of last year, and it will continue to be the case this year, because of content reasons and the way we slice up the show, even though it's 15 minutes of finance, I've been shooting for 14 to 14, 10, 14, 20. I have to keep the program under 15 minutes. My producer has told me that. So 15 minutes of finance will now take on the name of 50. It'll still be 15 minutes of finance, but we're basically going to be getting up to 15 minutes of finance. With that being said, I am super excited. I wish you guys could see how hard my team works to make this show better for you guys and better for me. I love them for it. I love you guys. Happy New Year's to, I did my mom. My mom always makes it plural. It's just 1 year. Happy New Year to everyone in your families. And I look forward. Tashawana, you won the contest. So I'll be reaching out to you offline. But Tashawana submitted an application and she won the contest. And congratulations to Tashawana. We'll discuss that next Wednesday. You guys have a great start to your year. And remember, wealth is not only for the wealthy. Love you all. Talk to you soon.